Hey guys, about to do this week's weekly draft video. I had been planning on doing more Oath of the Gatewatch drafts these last 2 weeks, just because that's what was there. I know generally those aren't very popular, so I decided to do a. They're not very popular in the period between the new set coming out. Like Shadows Over Innistrad's out in real life now, but not out online. So people, generally, when I post videos at that time, a lot fewer people watch them. So I asked on Twitter, which by the way, you can follow me at @Magic, as you can see, _magic, as you can see there. I post polls there all the time that sort of help me decide what to do on my channel based on, what people who follow me on Twitter have to say about it, and nobody wanted to see more through the Gatewatch drafts. Instead, people wanted to either see Legendary Cube or Flashback drafts. So this week I am going to do Ravnica Block, the Flashback draft, and next week I will do Legendary Cube. So I will go ahead and jump in this queue for Ravnica Block, and I'll be back with you guys when the draft fires. All right, draft is firing. So in Ravnica Block, ooh, that's a strong card. It's one that makes me want to just take it and try to make the green base deck work. Although it's better in triple Ravnica where you're just all Selesnya. But in this format, as I was going to say, you basically end up in a 3-color deck depending on, how things go. You can sometimes end up with 4 if you have enough fixing. So anyway, this pack has two strong gold cards in Putrefy and Tolsimir Wolfblood. And Vidalcan Dismisser is also quite strong. Do I want Tolsimir Wolfblood? I mean, taking a gold card first isn't as bad here as it usually is because there's just a lot of fixing in these 3 sets. I'm kind of thinking about taking Tolsimir and seeing if we can make that work. Seems like it could be fun. The Dismisser, of course, is good and might be the safer pick, and Putrefy might even be better over Wolfblood, but I think I'm going to go with the fun card here and take Tolsimir Wolfblood. Oh, hello. How much is that worth? A fair amount, I think, and actually it's only worth 2 tickets. That might be enough to sway me to take it. It's also very good fixing. You can find it with Farseek and multiple other things. There's also a Selesnya Evangel. Which is a great card. Do I want 2 tickets or the great card? That's our question here. Can't believe Overgrown Tomb's only worth that much. The other shock, it's like the cheapest of all the shock lands, I guess. Yeah, it's only really worth about a ticket and a half. So yeah, I'll take the Evangel. It's just a better card. Overgrown Tomb is good fixing, of course, but we'll go ahead and take the Evangel, the better card there. Okay, we have Transluminate. We have a Selesnya Signet. I mean, it's best to try to stay in one guild, like, per pack, if you can pull that off. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. So if I can sort of stay Selesnya for this pack, and then move, like, into Gruul in the next pack, you can end up with a pretty aggressive deck. So we'll just have to see what happens. So I think I either want Transluminate or the Selesnya Signet. Overwhelm can be good, too, if we really end up in a token strategy. We're sort of at the start of one. So I think I'm going to take the fixing. It just opens up way more possibilities later for us if we do that. So here, Root Canal is quite good, and I think it's probably what I'll take. It's, again, best in a token strategy, but we can get there. Copy Enchantment's not really what we want. Night Guard Patrol and Conclave Equinaut are both worth looking at, but I like Root Canal a lot, and I think he's better than Conclave Equinaut despite the flying there. So that's what I'll take. Watch Wolf, just a 2-mana 3/3. Guess that's what I'll take here. To try to sort of stay Selesnya. I mean, Selesnya is open enough that we can do that, I think. Okay, here we have a Sanctuary or a Greater Moss Dog or an Elves of Deep Shadow, which can help us fix if we need that. I'm going to take the Sanctuary. These lands are really good. They're basically a form of card advantage, which makes them quite good. We can take Terrarion here, which is a good source of fixing. You can also take Shambling Shell and see if we end up in a black, guild later. But I think I'm just going to go with Terrarion here. Good fixing, draws you a card. So, I mean, it's a one-shot Signet, sort of. But it also costs 1 less. But it costs 1 more to activate, too. So, it's a little less than a Signet, I suppose. Okay, Sagittars are fine. And I think that's just what I take here. Do have lots of green and white cards, which works well with Tolzimir Wolfblood, of course. Okay, so red looks open. That's sort of worth thinking about for later. But I'll take the good sideboard card instead of a red card there. No, scattered scattering of seeds, which is a little sad for me. I will take Guardian of Vitu-Ghazi though. Definitely better if we had some more ways of making tokens. I'll take the Sky Sweeper. It's pretty meh, but it can sometimes take a creature down, which is relevant. And you can actually, I forgot actually to reading the card. I thought it had to sacrifice itself, but it doesn't. So if you have a lot of tokens, which we're not really going to have. I mean, we do have the Evangel and the Tolsimir, but Tolsimir can only make one token. So what guild do we want in the next pack? Gruul, maybe? That would probably go well with what we've done so far. Okay, here I'll take Ordrun Commando, I think, over these mediocre cards. Ordrun Commando is actually pretty solid. So, yeah, let's see. I guess I'll take a Slasher. Okay, Spelunkers or Smash. I think I take the Spelunkers. And the terrible Torpid Moloch. So, what goes best with green-white? Well, Petrified Woodkin is pretty cool. I don't know if it's what we want to take. Mortify is really good. I mean, we could move into Orzhov. It doesn't synergize amazingly, but Mortify is strong enough that it kind of makes me want to go there. Petrified Woodkin can be good, but I think Mortify is better. You know, it's a very good removal spell, although it can't kill Petrified Woodkin, so that's worth keeping in mind for later. We could also just take like a Gore Clan Savage. You could also just take a bounce land here, but I think I'll take Mortify. So, Blind Hunter. I like Blind Hunter. I also like Dowsing Gloom, though. But Blind Hunter gets pumped by Tolzimir Wolfblood. That's relevant. There's also an Orzhov Signet, but I think it's either Blind Hunter or Dowsing Gloom here. Oh, shoot. Spelltithe Enforcer's here. I wasn't even looking at my rare. We definitely take Spelltithe Enforcer. That thing's ridiculous. It just makes my opponent have to play a different game altogether. So I think we just take it. It's in our color, one of our main colors, so there's really no... ooh, Pillory of the Sleepless. All right, Orzhov, it is. Let's not overlook the rare this time. We don't want that one, though. Luckily, I didn't overlook it in the end. But yeah, I'll take Pillory of the Sleepless here. We have an Orzhov Guildmage, who's pretty good. Gruul Notarog's not bad. Gruul Signet can help us fix... Maybe I just want the Guildmage here, though. That might be the plan. We could also take the Signet, but I think we just take a Guildmage. Okay, here's an Orzhov Basilica and another Dowsing Gloom. We have Mortify and Pillory as our removal at this point. I think I'm going to go with the fixing here on the Basilica instead. All right, Dryad Sophisticate, man. That, you know, there are a lot of non-basic lands in this format, and most people play them, at least one bounce land, and that makes it a little better than it looks. Morning Thrall is also good. So, where do we want to go here? Morning Thrall or Dryad Sophisticate? I mean, the Morning Thrall's evasion is going to work more frequently, and I think that's what we want to take. If I see another Dryad Sophisticate, then I might think about it. Yeah, we'll take the Morning Thrall here. Wild Size isn't a bad combat trick. Don't really like the black cards we have here. Repeal is pretty strong, but I'm not sure we want that. I don't think we want that either. I mean, I could take Rule Notarog. Repeal's definitely the best card in this pack, I think. So I could take it. But our deck's pretty aggressive, and I think Wild Eyes will fit well into that plan. Okay, a Ledgewalker is definitely a card that'll get better if we have auras. We do have a way of pumping it already. And there are good auras still in the third pack that are worth thinking about, and it's in our colors, so I think for now, I take the Ledgewalker. Okay, now I'll take a Repeal. Maybe we play it, maybe we don't. Pit Skulk, yeah, no thank you. Wreak Havoc, I guess I'll take as a sideboard card. I guess Withstand would have been terrible there. Yeah, I'll take the Ledgewalker here. So we definitely have some strong cards in our deck. That part I like. And we have a low enough curve that it makes our Convoke creatures a little better. Here, since there's such a late Signet, I think I just take the Signet. We probably play it either way. I mean, it's a ramp of sort, and it lets us splash red if we need to, like for a 10th Street Hooligan, I guess. Benediction of Moons is terrible. Yeah, I'll take the 10th Street Hooligan. Red's pretty open, I guess. We've seen a lot of it. We haven't actually moved into black that much, other than for Mortify and Pillory here. So I'll take the Skyrider Trainee and a Frazzle. You know, because these can be cast with our white mana, which is nice. So, like, we could completely sort of change course here. But Mortify and Pillory the Sleepless are two of the best cards in our deck. So I think we at least want to be splashing black for them. And we do have Terrarion and Orja Basilica, which is good. Biomantic Mastery. Dang, that's that's a pretty big game. Trigon Predator's pretty good. It's a nice evasive creature. We can move here into Simic without too much trouble, but the whole Mortify Pillory thing is kind of annoying. We could instead move into... Oh, I did my mouse... I was going to say we could move into Plumes of, Orzhov, but I don't know that I actually want to. Yeah, that was not what I meant to click on. Ooh, Wrecking Ball's good. Elemental Resonance. No, thank you. We could take Simic Growth Chamber. That would definitely help us splash, and then white would sort of just be, black rather, would just be a splash, and we can move into Simic. Simic does have a lot of strong graft creatures, which work well with our strategy in general. So, yeah, I think I'll take a Growth Chamber here, and we'll splash white for those two cards, and maybe pick up some more fixing for them. So Sporeback Troll is fine. So is Silkwing Scout, though, which, yeah, I think that's the pick here. It's very good. It helps us fix. It flies. 3 mana, 2/1. That helps you fix. I think you probably want that. We also can play a Repeal now if we move into Simic. Unliving Psychopath. That card is so mana intensive. It's pretty intense. It's a weird card, and you need a lot of black to make it work. We're definitely not going to get there. So Minister of Impediments is pretty good. It's not the most aggressive card, but a free tap target creature effect is always good, and we can play it for just white if we want to. Which flip is this? Rise? Yeah, we don't want that one. It might just be Minister of Impediments here. Soulful and Jury is not terrible, but I think we just take the Minister. We can play for blue or white, which is relevant. Yeah, so for moving into green, kind of means we probably should have... I mean, going Gruul and then Simic would have been fine too, but, I like where we're going so far anyway. Probably don't want Skysweeper in our deck at this point, though. Don't know that we're going to want 2 Ledgewalkers, much less 1, if we don't end up with some ways of making it better. Plumes of Peace we can play, and it's not terrible. We can, it's a removal spell, even if it's not an amazing one. Dovescape is fun, but not what we're looking for. Aquastrand Spider, though, probably is. Yeah, we'll take the Aquastrand Spider. Yeah, we're basically an aggro deck. Another Silkwing Scout seems good. It helps us, again, it helps us fix. This thing's better than it looks. You know, it is, you know, you have to put 7 mana into it before you get a green and blue Drake, but if you have actually like a control deck, it's pretty good, but not what we want. I think we just want Silkwing Scout here. Vigian Graph Mage is fine, but with another Silkwing Scout, there's no real reason to do that. It'll help us fix for our black, which is definitely something we want. Here's a Simic Signet, also a Coiling Oracle, which is a good card. Either draws you a card or ramps you, you know, like that. So I think we take the Signet here, though. So we got lots of Signets, which I think is a good thing. We're not in red at all, but I think we still play Gruul Signet, and then obviously the other two we are in. So, I mean, we definitely have some trimming we need to do. Third Silkwing Scout? Do I want that more than Aquastrand Spider? I probably do. Yeah. Aquastrand Spider, I guess, would be good with our Ledgewalker, but oh my god, do I want 4 Silkwing Scouts? I think I do. I mean, yeah, I guess. You know, we've got an Air Force all of a sudden. I think we lose the Ledgewalkers. So, what else do we trim? Do we really want Guardian of Vittugazi? I don't know that we do anymore. It's a little crazy for our deck. Rootkin Ally is also not as good as it looked early, so don't know that we want either of those Convoke guys so much anymore. So we're actually not even that much in white now that I'm looking at things. I mean, the Spelltithe Enforcer is going to enforce us to play a fair amount of white, but other than that, we have lots of gold cards that have white in them, I guess. Yeah, I guess Simic Ragworm. Yeah, that's what I'll take. I don't know that I want to actually play it, but that is what I'll take. I don't know that I really want Wild Size anymore either. Sporeback Troll? Yeah, okay. I don't have any 4-drops. That's weird. Probably don't want Repeal anymore either. So our blue is like all Silkwing Scouts. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. But fine with me. So we need black for these 2 cards. We don't need it for anything else. And we need blue for 5 cards. So we're basically a green-white deck splashing black and blue. And really, yeah. Should be interesting to see how this deck does. Definitely ended up with a ton of fixing, which means we can play a lot of good cards in multiple colors. Transguild Courier, I guess. Don't think I want it. I mean, unless I desperately want a 4-drop. It is all colors, so with Tulsimir... or maybe it's not. That's not the card I was thinking of. There's a card I thought in Ravnica that's all 5 colors, even though it's an artifact, which was like the first time they made a colored artifact. I'll take the Enigma Eidolon here. Valor Made Real, sure. And Rix Mahdi. Okay, so how do we want to actually build this thing? That's the question. So we're a pretty aggressive deck. The 4 Silkwing Scouts help us fix for our black, so we can probably get away with like 2 Swamps. We do have an Orzhov Guildmage who has an ability that requires black, so that's worth remembering. But because we have Orzhov Basilica and 4 Silkwing Scouts and Terrarion, I mean, 2 Swamps is probably all we need. We need more islands than that, but not a lot more. And then the rest of the deck's just green and white, basically. We actually need to add a few more cards to this deck, don't we? So maybe we do want Guardian of Vittugazi. Or do we want Wild Size? I mean, we probably need 2 more cards in the deck. With the Signets, I think we can get away with 17 lands. So the Ledgewalkers, we only end up with 2 creatures with Graft. It's better if you have more than that with it. I could throw in Repeal. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I'll put in a Ragworm, I guess. I don't have any 4-drops, and we can actually untap it since we're running blue. It's not terrible. And I guess I'll put in Guardian of Vittugazi, see if we can make that work. We do have a lot of creatures, so that doesn't hurt. And then we have this. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about our mana. The 4 Silkwing Scouts was kind of crazy. Maybe I'm overrating that card, but it seems excellent to me. 5/4/3, only 3 forests, huh? I guess we can get away with that with our Signets, all produce green, our Selesnya Sanctuary, our Simic Growth Chamber. Yeah. 5/4/2/3. Yeah, I could probably get away even with 1 swamp. Maybe. No, I should probably run 2. All right, I think this is actually a pretty reasonable mana base. We'll see if it bites us. Silkwing Scout is kind of a key card in our deck, so we might actually want more blue and less white. Especially because we have, I think we do. I think we'll do, do we? No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, we have the Silkwing Scouts, but we have, like, a lot of cards that need white mana. So they're mostly gold, so they sort of are hidden, but I think that's a decent mana base for what we got. Plus we have Terrarion and the 3 Signets, so I feel okay about it. So I think this is our deck. It's basically an aggro deck. It's kind of a non-traditional deck for this format, I think, though, because we didn't go like full on into like 3 different guilds that synergize well together. We just went into sort of what came to us, and I think we ended up with a solid deck. All right, well, I'll see you guys in round 1, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to like,